Hi, boys and girls. This is Mr. Slates coming to you, and we are going to start Logic of English Lesson 2, Day 1. So here we go. We're going to review really quick. Can anyone remember and help me fill in the blanks? When we talked about vowels the last time, there's two things we need to do to test to see if a phonogram is a vowel. My mouth is blank, and I can blank it. So can anyone remember? My mouth is what when I say a vowel? Open, right? My mouth is open. Now, it doesn't have to be really open, but it's open. I can also what? I can sing it. Like I can sing it. Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to some new phonograms today. Remember, a phonogram is a sound picture. Most of these have 2 letters. They can either make 1, 2, or more sounds. Your job is to say the sound after I say it. So I'll say it, you repeat, and then figure out, is this a vowel phonogram or a consonant phonogram? If it's a vowel phonogram, my mouth will be open, I can sing it. If it's not, it's a consonant. So let's look at this one. This one goes k. Say it. Is this a vowel phonogram or a consonant? Consonant, nice. My mouth isn't open. Say E. Nice. Vowel or consonant? It's a vowel because I can sing it. Nice. Okay, watch this one. Be careful. It's not nga, it's Say it. I can say it with my mouth closed, so it's not a vowel. Say the word sing. You don't hear a gut at the end, do you? It's sing. Last one. 2 sounds. Say f and then v. Say it. Do you hear how the second sound, or feel how it's voiced? You should feel a tickle here and down here. The second sound is v. Very important because when we come later to why there are E's at the end of words, that's an important something to remember. Here's what we're going to do. I'll say the sounds again. You repeat. And then after that, there's some review ones that I want you to do on your own, so I'm not going to say them. You ready? Say k. Say E. Say ng. Say v. Your turn. 2 sounds. 4 sounds. Ya. 4 sounds. 2 sounds. 2 sounds. 2 sounds. 4 sounds. I. 3 sounds. A. 3 sounds. Ah. 1 sound. And that's it. Nice review. So remember, a vowel is when my mouth is open and I can sing it. Now we're going to talk about 2 different kinds of sounds that vowels make. The first sound is called its short sound. And it is the first sound, and I want you to watch my mouth as I say the first sound of each of these vowels. I want you to notice what my mouth is doing. Watch. A, I, ah, Do you see how I'm kind of like in a funny looking smile and the sides of my mouth are curled up? To show that these vowels are short, we put something over the top called a breathe. Can you say breathe? Nice. This is what the breathe looks like. Do you see how it's like a little smiley face? So when you see this over the top of a vowel, that shows that it's a short sound or first sound. And think of your mouth going up like like I'm at the dentist, sort of. Now, vowels also have a second sound, and that's called the long sound. Watch my mouth as I say the long sound to see how different it is. A, E, I, O, U. Now, what I'm trying to do is to show you my mouth like this. It's almost like going out in a straight line with some of them. And that's what we put over the top whenever our vowel is long. A, E, I, O, U. Now, I put it over the Y because 2 times the Y will say a long sound. Remember, ya, it, I, and E. So it can make a long sound vowel, particularly at the end of a word. Okay. Let's go ahead and practice this a little bit. I want you to turn in your student worksheets to page 13. It's the first page of lesson 2. So I'll give you a second to do that. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say a vowel sound, and it's your job to circle which one I'm saying. So if we do the first one together, let me get it in a bigger form. Mine is in blue. You see the first one? So if I take my pencil, pretend Mr. Slate says, ah, ah, ah. Do you see how I circled the first one? Because it's the A with the little smiley face over the top, which shows it's its first sound. It's that breathe. Okay, does that make sense? So go ahead and circle that first A, which has the little breathe over the top. Now we're going to do 2 through 10. And I'm not going to show you each time. At the end, we'll go back and review. Okay. So look at number 2. I want you to circle the one that shows I. Go ahead and do that. Number 3, I want you to circle the one that goes eh. Number 4, I want you to circle the one that goes oh. Do you hear it? It's its long sound, oh. Number 5, circle the one that goes a. Number 6, circle the one that goes I. Number 7, circle the one that either goes you or ooh. Those are both the long sound, you, ooh. Number 8, circle the one that goes ah. Number 9 is tricky. Careful of this one. Circle the one that goes I. Tricky. And number 10, circle the one that goes E. Okay, let's go ahead and review. Number 2 was I. So we're going to circle that first one. It has an I with a long line over the top. Number 3 is eh. So I'm going to circle the last one because it has the breathe. Number 4, O. It's the first one, long line over it. Number 5, A. It's the first one, long line over it. Number 6, I. First one, line over it. Number 7, 2 sounds, U or ooh. That's my long U. So it's this one right here. It's the U with the line over it. Number 8, ah. It's back to the beginning. Number 9 was kind of tricky. I'm going to circle the Y. That's the only one that can make an I sound in that entire line. Remember, I and E are its long sounds. And number 10, E. It's this one right here. Check your work. Okay. Now we're going to try to discover another rule in English words. So I want you to flip the page over and look on this page, which is page 14. You're going to see at the top all these words that have our new phonogram, 2-letter K. Do you see how I have taken and I've underlined my 2-letter K in each word? Go ahead and do that for just a minute. But I'm going to keep going so your teacher can pause if you want to while you do that. Go ahead and underline each CK. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do some exploring, okay? There are 3 sounds in English that make the K sound, right? There's this one that goes K. There's this one, which we call the tall one, K, the tall one. And there's the one together that goes K. What I want you to do is to read each of those words on the top of your paper that have CK in them and pay close attention to the vowel in front of the CK. You can either work as partners, you can work together as groups, you can work together as a whole class. Try to put the mark over the top of the vowel of the sound that the vowel is making before the CK. So if the vowel is making its short sound or first sound, put that little smiley face. If the vowel is making its long sound, put the line. Okay, go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep going, but your teacher can pause the video. Okay, here's what you should have discovered. If you look at these words, deck, rock, tack, every single one of those vowels should have the breathe over it because every single one is short, which leads us to our rule. Here's our rule in English that we need to know. So I'm going to say it, then I want you to repeat it. So CK is used only after a single vowel, meaning one vowel, which says it's short sound. So let me say it in parts and you repeat. So say CK is used only after a single vowel, which says it's short sound. So anytime you see that CK, it's going to be after a vowel, which says it's short sound. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if you agree that that makes sense. Now, go back into your journal or your student guide. Look underneath. All of these words here also have a k sound somewhere. They have a k phonogram in them, but it's not the CK. So what I want you to do is just read the words either together as a class or in partners or as a big group. And then we're going to talk about them, why they don't have the two-letter k. What's the reason? So while you're doing that, I'm going to write 3 on the board. Peak, king, and sleek. Okay, let's look at these 3 words. Remember our rule? CK is used only after a single vowel, which says it's short sound. So let's look at this word peak. What sound is being made by those 2 E's in the middle? Is it the short sound eh or the long sound e? It's the E, right? It's making its long sound. So it can't be the CK after peak because the E's are making their long sound. Now let's look at this one. King, king. Look at the K. Is it at the end of a word? No, it's not even at the end of the word. So this doesn't have the CK because CK is used only after a word that has a vowel that says it's short sound. Let's look at this one. Sleek, sleek. Why is this not using the CK? The E's are making their E sound, their long E sound. So CK is used only after a single vowel that uses its short sound. Now I do want to do one more, just 1 second, just to point out the rule. Look at the word junk, junk. Do you see how there's the single vowel? It's making its short sound. Oops. But look, there's a letter in between. When there's a letter in between, we can't use the CK. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, let's do a quick review of what we've talked about today. We introduced some new multi-letter phonograms. Multi-letter means more than one letter. They're not single, they're more than one. But they usually work together to make one or more sounds. So let's review them again really quick. Say k, say e, say ng, say v. Nice. Really quick, we talked about 2 different vowel sounds today. We talked about the short one because look at my mouth. It's going up like a funny looking smile, like I'm a clown or something. So I'm making an ah, and sound. So my mouth goes up, so I remember smiley face, right? Then this is the long sound. This is the second sound that our vowels make. It's their name. So when we do those, my mouth goes out almost like a line. So I make a line across the top, okay? Short sounds, long sounds. Here's the rule we went over. So let's say it one more time. Say CK is used only after a single vowel, which says it's short sound. Make sense? Okay, there's one more thing in your booklet that I think all of you are going to get very excited about because you're going to see that there's a bingo game. But you're going to notice that there's only 4 bingo boards in the entire booklet. And there's like 28 or 30 of you. So that's pretty impossible for your teachers to play bingo with that many people and only 4 boards. So let me show you a different version of what you can do. It's like a Connect 4 version. So you've hopefully played Connect 4 before, you know, where you put in the red and the yellow little circles and you try to get 4 in a row. So this is called 4 in a row. So what you can do is you play with a partner. You get a color, your partner gets a different color. You pick a place on the board, you say the sounds, I, I, ya, and then you make an X or a mark. Your partner either can block you or they can start to try to make a pattern of 4 in a row somewhere on the board. Your goal is to get 4 in a row without your partner realizing you're getting 4 in a row. So you're trying to be tricky, but it's also to block your partner from getting 4 in a row. So a lot of times the game will end with no one getting 4 in a row. But look, you've got another board here and then 2 more boards on the back. Okay? So really quick, boys and girls, let's do one last review. I'm going to say a word. When I say it, I want you to listen for the sound that the vowel is making. If it's short, you're going to put up your fingers like this, like a U. If it's long, you're going to put your finger like this, like a line. Does that make sense? Short, long. Okay, let's try the word cut. Cut. Is it short or long? Short. Nice. 2 more. Glad. Glad. Short or long? Short. Last one. Tricky. Mute. Mute. Like I push the mute button. Long. Remember, U goes up. U, oo, and Okay, boys and girls, thank you very much. Have a great day.